Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to my sunroom here in East Tennessee on this beautiful 82-degree day. We've just had sun all day long. I believe that the warmer temperatures are starting to set in, and I just wanted to show you what my sunroom looks like late in the afternoon. It's actually about 6 p.m. right now, and so this is a beautiful time of the day for me to do videos. The sun is just like dappling through the trees right now, and it's just so pretty back here. I received so many compliments and so many comments the other day on my video. Thank you for enjoying my orchids with me, and also thank you for all the well wishes regarding my 24th wedding anniversary. It was just a beautiful day, and it was nice to share that with you all and see all of your kind comments and well wishes to me, and I appreciate that so much. Many of you asked me, do you think that it's the Jack's Part A and B fertilizer that has caused your orchids to just flourish this year? I must say, it has to have a hand in it, yes. I've been using it since the first of the year. So they have had about 4 months now of Jack's Part A and Part B. I did a video on that back in January, and if some of you are wondering, okay, what is the fertilizer she is talking about and how does she use it? I actually did a video where I mix it up for you. So I believe that the Jack's fertilizer has definitely been a factor in the beautiful blooms that I've had this year. Also, some of you asked me, what do I mean by a, quote, good growing year? Let me explain that to you. I've been growing orchids now for 20 years, and I have seen that the weather plays a huge part in the success of your orchids. Some years it's just rainy and damp, and they don't get all the light that they need. Orchids actually do require quite a bit of light. The type of light you give them is very, very important. But if you've got a year that you have lots of sunshine, and you go through the winter time as well with more sun than you do snow or rain, it really gets them through the winter a lot easier than when you've got just this gray, bleak, cold winter. As you all know, I don't use grow lights. My husband had this room built for me specifically for my orchids after I had been growing orchids for about 16 years. He said, okay, let's build a room for them. And so this room is just perfect for the amount of light that my orchids require. But if I even put them in this room, let's say, and I go through a fall or a winter that just doesn't have that much light, I can tell a big, big difference. Sometimes the smaller things that you don't really think about can have a huge impact. Sometimes the weather, it's just a major, major thing to have all of the sunlight that they need. This winter was not that bleak. It was not that gray. It was cold, but it was cold and sunny. And so they still got a good amount of sunlight every day in the wintertime. As you all notice, this room, I picked materials for this room that are light in color, and also the tile on the floor. I'm going to give you a close-up of that so you will see, because I don't think I've ever shown you all the floor in here. So let me show you that. Okay, here's what the floor looks like. It is a marble tile, and it reflects a lot of light. And then on the walls behind the orchids there that you see, that is a very shiny tile. So when the light hits this during the day, there's a lot of dispersed light going on in this room. They're not only getting light from the windows, but they're getting the reflected light, the dispersed light, reflected off of the floor and also the walls. And these windows that go all the way around the room, they're about 4 feet tall by about 3.5 feet wide. And like I said, they go all the way around the room. So you can imagine the amount of light that this room gets during the day. As you see kind of to the center and to the left of the screen, there is a huge tree, and this time of the year, that tree is like my best friend. It disperses the light through the leaves so that the ones that are in the back don't get full western sunlight. It gets dispersed western sunlight. So these get all the light that the day has to offer, and that's another really big reason why my orchids bloom so well. Something that I see as a comment or a question on my channel really often is, how do your orchids receive that much light and they don't get burnt up? Because when you buy orchids and they have the little tag in them, they usually say, especially with the Phalaenopsis orchids, that they require, quote, low light. I disagree. Orchids like light. They don't like hot noon sunlight. They like eastern facing windows where the morning sunlight hits them. That is the best kind of light for a Phalaenopsis orchid ever. These that you see right here, they receive eastern facing light. In other words, morning sunlight. They also get dispersed light, as you see, in the evening. So you see what results that I get. That low light tag is not correct. Just don't even pay any attention to that. Orchids do need sunlight, but they need the cooler sunlight of the morning and the dispersed light in the afternoon, in the late afternoon. That's the best type of light to give them. Now these windows that face the back of my sunroom, this is dispersed western sunlight. As you see, this is late afternoon, and you can see what I'm talking about with my tree being my best friend. It's dispersing the light and they're receiving a really good amount of sunlight, but it's not the full blazing hot sunlight. So you can take an eastern facing window or a western facing window in your home and you've got the same type of light. If you've got a western facing window and it doesn't have any type of shading over it, you can easily provide some shading by just placing a sheet of tissue paper over that window so that your orchid doesn't get too much hot sunlight, especially in the spring and in the summer. I have burnt some up with that in mind. Western facing windows, you do have to be careful or they will burn if you don't offer them some type of shading. So that's just a heads up from my own experience. So as I end this video, I'm going to give you a close-up of my beautiful Phal Zean Chin Diamond and my Phal Brothers Pirate, no, not Pirate King, that one is Red Brothers Caribe. I think they are absolutely beautiful. And my next video, I'm going to hit some more on fertilizer. So if you all have questions about fertilizer, please leave your questions in the comments section below and I will try to address those in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, I love reading my comment section. I appreciate your all's friendship so very much. And before I go, I'd love to say the blessing over you and your families. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn His face toward you and give you and your families His shalom peace. You all make it a great day. We'll see you soon.